And welcome back to Saturday's edition of the Breeders' Cup. Races 4 through 12 is what we're going to center on here. So 9 races to try and make some money. If you didn't make it on Friday night, several opportunities today. Stretch, what do you like most about the Saturday's card?
Well, Saturday, there's a lot of money being bet on the Friday. You have even another level on the Saturday.
Is it
and
ever?
there are so many races throughout and all the different kinds. So if you're a fan of sprints or turf or dirt or whatever,
You get a little bit of everything.
Hopefully you save some money. Reminder, this is not a sprint. It's a fun marathon that goes on. It just, you have a little more form in the sense of what the horses are about, but you still have your unknowns, the Euros horses coming from different tracks and stuff. So if you missed Thursdays, pay attention quickly to our intro and an unbelievable story at the end of the show. Don't have time. Kirt said no stories.
Too many races, Stretch.
No intro. Right to the races. We got 9 of them.
All right, we're going to kick it off here in race number 4. It's the filly and mare sprint going 7 furlongs. Soul of an Angel from the USA was the winner last year, lighting up 20-1 on the board and did come from second last. Who do you like?
Okay, yeah, good race to kick it off. A few less unknowns than some of the future races on the card. I did go to the 8 Hope Road. This horse basically is 5 out of 6. First or second at Del Mar. Only one win at the distance, but very competitive at the grade 1 level and at the 7 furlongs. I think this horse can basically stalk, make an early move to beat the closers to the wire. That's why I kind of have this. You've got the horse in second. I just think the horse has some sharp works coming in, and I think the horse is going to get the trip.
See, and I was really liking Hope Road in here, but then I remember Tamara ran against Hope Road early on at Del Mar. That was 2 years ago, but absolutely won for fun that day. The horse went on a roll and then went to the breeders and hit the front end, but obviously something happened as the horse was laid off, only started once in 2024, ended up running second, beaten a nose, and then again was shelved until 2025. So those issues persisted. But wow, did this horse look so good in the 2025 debut, sat behind the speed and went by like absolutely nothing. This dreamed of a prep race, and it was such a good prep race. And since then, I love that gate work. You don't usually see these horses go back to the gate. It's just working off the pole, but 111. And I would have loved to see that work in the morning, probably done really easily. But I think Tamara is the real deal.
Absolutely. The beaten favorite at the breeders and then thinking this horse is going to be the huge future. So I agree with everything with you. Got easy 2 wins at Del Mar as well. My third selection is the 3. This horse, I needed a 7 furlong specialist, is in the money, 10 of 12, 6 wins. Maybe it's a slightly below these ones there, but you need that price. You need the horse that likes the distance. And so that was the entire key for this one. I don't think it's a win type. Morning line's 12-1, but this is the one that's going to hopefully make it pay, because if it comes 8-4, 4-8, you need a price to kind of get paid out there. 8-4-3.
See, I'm not going for the big price underneath because I'm liking Tamara on top all alone. So I'm thinking Sweet Azteca is the speed of the race. There is some stalking speed in here, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to head Sweet Azteca. Has 2 for 2 on the Del Mar course, has won 7 out of 9 lifetime. Comes off a back-to-back consecutive wins and been rattling off some pretty serious half miles in 43-4. This one will be the jackrabbit of the race, but I think Tamara will be the stalker in here. But with the home field advantage for Sweet Azteca, I think it could stick around for a piece. So I'm giving you 4, 8, and 6. Now we're going to carry on to race number 5. It's the Turf Sprint, won by Starlust. A Euro last year at 34-1. And this race has been won wire to wire several times. Usually Wesley Ward has a speedball in here, but last year was from the clouds, dead last to win at 34-1. Stretch?
Well, I'm still trying to get over it because the horse I'm about to talk to beat me. It couldn't get there. It's all about the trip here. Who gets the clean trip?
Oh, was it?
And I'm going to Motorius in here. Giving this horse another chance. I backed him last year, liked him last year, has this same pattern coming in. The post one hurt. I'm a little concerned because you need that trip. This horse needs some racing luck, but if the horse can get, it's going to be near the back, but if it can get that rail run up the rail or get out to the right spot, once this horse gets going, watch out. Ran out of ground last time. I think if gets a clean trip, I think this is a horse to beat.
Yeah, I agree. Motorius is one of the big ones in here. I went for an up-and-coming 3-year-old. That's Arizona Blaze. Arizona Blaze was at Del Mar last year, as it was in the juvenile turf sprint, and ran a really good second in Magnum Force. Went off at 27-1 that day, but had a really good running style. Was only 2 lengths off it, sitting mid-pack, and then just not being able to get there in the end. I like that win last time out. And that's the key. A lot of horses that are coming off good last races, I think they're going to progress. So Arizona Blaze at a little bit of a price in here. I think probably end up about 7 or 8-1. I think this has shot at the upset.
I'm with you completely. As you can see, my second choice, the same kind of training patterns coming in. You mentioned the odds at 27-1. Unfortunately, won't get that.
No, not at all today.
I think just how they train, the races coming in, sets this horse up for some success. Could not leave this horse out. That's why I've got that one. And then I use the 8 AG Bullet as my other one in here. Again, sticking around with kind of the same angles as the other 2 coming in here. Ran big in this race, distance and surface, prepped the same way. The trends say this horse is ready to run another big race, and hence why, I've got to take that. I think the horse also doesn't need the lead, and so the horse, yes, has to win 3 in a row, but the horse is just sharp, and just doesn't have to run the top effort, just needs another clean trip. You talked about need gate to wire. I don't think this horse is going to be that far off.
And another horse I like in here is number 11, Bucanero Fuerte. This horse had back-to-back wins going into its last race. I have Arizona Blaze on top, so how can I not like this horse? Has beaten Porta Fortuna in the past, so it's tested some of the best Euros around at this only a 4-year-old season, but I think the horse has just improved so greatly. 3 starts, 2 wins, lost to Arizona Blaze, but the horse has matured really nicely. The running style should be really close to the front end, so should get positioning from the outside. There's a lot of deep closers in here, so should be able to scoot down and get that position so the outside post doesn't hinder me at all. I'm going to take 3, 11-1. Now we're going to carry on to race number 6. It's the Breeders' Cup Sprint going 6 furlongs, won by Straight No Chaser, a U.S. horse last year at 6-1, who was just stalking from off the pace. Stretch, what about this one?
Yeah, as always, there's plenty of early pace in here. Of course, there's a few that need the lead, so you know that it's going to be fast early. I'm going to go coming off. I'll go with the 7 as my top selection. Imagination. This horse is coming off the top form. This last time out was wide throughout. Again, another one you got to watch the replay. Did you watch the replay on this one?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Strong rally.
Strong rally.
Wow.
I don't know if the horse was lugging in or the line was broken or something.
Yeah, so it looked odd. I couldn't really tell either.
Yeah, and so I don't want to say what it is, but if the horse maybe the wasn't all the equipment wasn't right or something, I'm not really sure. But the jockey couldn't really ride the horse as much, and this horse just made it look so easy. A cleaner, straighter line, the horse wins going away. So I think this horse certainly can win right back. I just liked how that horse finished up.
Yeah, I think there's a pile of early speed in here to play around with. So I'm also going after the closer type of horse. I went to number 8, Nakatami. Nakatami, this horse was ran against Straight No Chaser, Mulligan, Bertrando. That was in the Breeders' Cup Sprint last year. And the horse ended up 6 beaten 5, but wasn't in the race at all early on. Since then, the horse has got so much better. Went to Dubai, ran a really good second, then had to run into the very tough Bookham Dano in back-to-back starts and didn't fare so well at Saratoga, but switched over to Keeneland and ran so much better last time out just to get up with Irad Ortiz in the saddle. And I like that Irad Ortiz has only rode this horse 3 times. He has a win, a second, and that 5th place finish. He sticks with the horse, and with that speed to run at, I think this one is definitely live.
Yeah, a good call. Let's go to we both have the 10 in here. Only one start since last year's race. We're not going to get 28 to 1. I like the running style with this one. Horses 10 for 10 in the money. Clearly, you've never had this on a show parlay.
Yeah, definitely haven't.
In the money at the distance, 4 out of 5. I think this horse is just one of those special horses that clearly they've got to take the time and maybe there's a few problems. But when this horse is ready to run, workouts say this horse was ready to run, right running style. Could not leave it out.
Isn't that a really nice paid workout it had last time?
That's right. That's what it was.
Get about $165,000 for that win. Draw off to easily win by 5, and you get almost 2 to 1, which is absolutely crazy for an under-level stake race. But this horse is running really well. With that race in the Breeders' Cup Sprint last time out, definitely this will be a player in here. But one thing I want to point out before you have your last selection, look at the work on Kopi and the little filly here. The 4-year-old filly, the 1, 33 and 1. That is an amazing workout coming into the race. Draws the inside, has a tactical running style. This is one I think will run big, but not big enough to win.
Do you think the jockey got in trouble for that workout?
I don't think so. I think it was just one of those ones where the jockey, it might have been an exercise rider too that worked the horse, but they just sat there, and it's just one of those really nice horses that they're going to do those kind of things out on the racetrack without any encouragement at all.
That's fair. Banishing the 2 is my last one. I needed, again, a long shot in here, cuts back in distance, and you look quickly, and you say, oh, this horse isn't a sprinter, but go back. This horse is 2 for 2 at the distance, and has won a race at 6, like low odds, back at Oaklawn Park. So obviously this horse can run there. Again, not the win bet for me, but maybe a try or super. 7-10-2.
And I'm 8, 10, and 7. On to race number 7 now, and we're going to go to the Breeders' Cup Distaff. Going 1.1 miles on the dirt. Torpedo Anna got the job done and didn't pay much. 2 to 5 for the USA. Easily went wire to wire. Well, there's no Torpedo Anna today. So who do you like, Stretch?
Yeah, so it makes sense of our picks being quite a bit different. I thought all the races are tough. Don't get me wrong. I thought this one was extra tough. I think the other things, there's certain trends that come in over the years that I've read about that are why horses are the successful ones. Well, in fact, in this one, with certain preps and the figures in that, none of them are that high. So it makes it, and the figures are so tight. I think this is one of the most wide open ones. It's going to be a spread ticket for me on any sequence bets. So I am going to go to the 1, Nitrogen. Since coming off the turf, continues to run well. Didn't win last time, but had that wide trip and still kept battling. I think if she gets that dream trip along the rail, that might be the difference, because as mentioned, I think they're all so close together that if who gets the trip, this horse could get that pocket run, wait for that late opening, and maybe get there.
Yeah, I didn't like how she was getting out down the lane last time out and wasn't able to run down Jin Jin, and Sila was right in behind and Nitrogen was kind of swerving in front and twice took the path away a little bit. So Sila wasn't able to get there. That's my only concern, because I was a big fan of Nitrogen in here. But I ended up going to number 3, Clickwat. This is an interesting one. Had an absolute mittful at the head of the lane and ended up getting up to win by only a neck in the end. And then Irad Ortiz jumps ship and ends up going on the 2-horse. Like, what's up with that? I love the way that this horse ran after going to Parks and hitting grade 1 company, and it responded with the hard-fought win. Has a great running style. Irad, I think you made the wrong choice today. I think this is the top play at a good price.
So I completely agree with you. Completely why I put this horse in second, just because of that. I'm going to take a shot that.
Yeah, but you're a Pratt fan, so
I am a Pratt fan for sure.
As long as you're a good jockey, the difference between good and bad jockeys pretty well. Good jockeys make less mistakes. Plain and simple.
There's the jockey change itself doesn't worry me at all. It's more of why is the horse going? Why is Irad going to the 2?
Was it him? Was it his agent?
I know.
Did they swing a deal? There's so many. I used to be a jockey agent. I know what it's all about.
That's fair.
So I don't know why he would have jumped ship on this one, but he was 3 for 3 on the horse. Why would you jump ship? I wouldn't have.
You hit all the key points on everything there. It's the horse is there. I had to go to the 2. Basically, it's Irad. I'm letting him tell me who I can't leave
that
out.
Could be it too. Maybe he got on the horse and said, "Wow, it's way better than Click Lock." So let's take a shot.
And the horse is 20-1, and so I think the trends are not great, but because it's a wide open race, I took a shot at 20-1, 1, 3, and 2.
Yeah, and I got Seismic Beauty in there. For the Bob Baffert barn. This horse wins easy the last 3 starts, but the only thing I don't like is the short fields it ran against. 5, 5, and 6 in the last 3 outings, but does bring that speed to the race, and there really isn't a lot of speed at all, so it could be controlling in here. And I also put in Darth Vader, who ran so good last time out, only lost by a nose to Torpedo Anna, and that's the race I'm keying on. I think the horse just ran. I thought it won the photo. I thought Torpedo Anna lost. I don't care how many times it showed it to me. I still said Darth Vader won, but I didn't bet the race. If I would have, I'd be still grabbing my ripped up program and throwing it all over the living room. But Darth Vader, with that running style, sitting perfect, ran against the Queen, who won it last year at 2-5. Got to throw it in. So I'm 3, 8, and 12. Now we're going to carry on to race number 8, and it's the Breeders' Cup Turf. 1.5 miles. Rebel Romance, the Euro, won it last year, and both our top picks was 9-5 and Rally from 4th. Stretch, we got the same top 2, and not a surprise.
No, it is all about the Europeans. They dominate both in winning and being in the top 3, so really make a point. You're going to see there's going to be a bit of a trend. You're going to catch on what trainer I'm taking a lot of moving forward. As you mentioned, this horse won the race last year. Now had a tightener at Aqueduct, crushed the field. So Farbridge is a pretty good stake horse, and this horse crushed him. Absolutely crushed Farbridge, and that was a really good, kind of made Farbridge look like an allowance horse in there.
Yeah.
This horse can sit close, make that late move. If this horse is at the lead at the 8th pole, nobody's passing him. A must use. I think this horse could be even better than last year.
Yeah, I agree with you on all counts. And last year, the horse at the head of the lane, then they unleashed, they opened up and lasted to the wire, but it still has that kick. Even though you're going 1.5 miles, has a gear left inside the 8th pole. That's always good to have. So Rebel Romance, who absolutely toyed with them last time, I think is set up for this race perfectly. But there's a young comer, that in Mini Hawk. The 8-horse Mini Hawk has run so good this year. 5 for 7 in the win column. 4 for 5. Its only blemish was last time out in a 17-horse field. Ran second and had the lead. And another photo that I thought that Mini Hawk won, but it didn't. This is the young up-and-comer, but I still like the way that it was with the pack. It went shot free by about 2.5 lengths, then got caught late, and they were just miles ahead of the field and galloping out. I think this is a special one.
I agree with you, and you made the key point about being 5 lengths just looking at it, so not quite a mile ahead, but almost. It seemed like a mile. It did seem like a mile for sure. This horse isn't that big of a horse. It ran against the boys last time. She could be something special. Surprised the spot that they put this horse in against the boys, but that tells you a lot. And then I've used the 2. Did I use the 2?
You might have.
I guess I did use the 2. Oh, I know why. Yes, sorry. 6:11 winning the distance. I wrote down the wrong number on my notes here. So, yeah. Anyway, very consistent. Might be the forgotten horse. I think this horse could get the good trip. Remember, we talked about the Europeans. This trainer is not as well known, I would say, in North America. A solid trainer overseas. It's just one of those not household names for your regular players. 1-8-2.
And Goliath has beaten Rebel Romance in the past. If you look down in July of 2024, beat it rather handily. My other one is Amelot, Great Britain, the 3-horse in here. Was on a win string coming in, 5 out of 6. And then ran a little bit of a flat effort against El Rifa, but El Rifa is a very nice horse also. So it wasn't shamed at all. And that was the first time it went against older horses. It has to do that today. So I think that was a perfect prep. Ran a good second. Ryan sticks with it, who knows the horse really well. 3 out of 4 in the win column. So I'm going to give you 1-8-3. Now we're going to carry on to race number 9. It's the Classic. Going 1.25 miles. The winner last year, Sierra Leone at 7:01 with a nice rally from 11th. Big scratch in here. Sovereignty is out, which I don't like. But, I'd rather bet on a horse that isn't sick, because going in, Sovereignty was my play of the weekend. But no Sovereignty. Who do you like now?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's the right thing to do. I think Bill Mott knows what to do there. I think as bad as the bad sign that horse is out, it's a good sign, because it maybe makes the race a little bit more wide open.
Yes.
So, or that much more exciting. Got to adjust if you hadn't heard about it. We know all about the rabbit that's going to be in the race, and that's the 4. All you have to do is watch the trainer talk about he likes the rabbits. And so last year this rent the rabbit for the 7 in here for Sierra Leone. Needs a fast pace to get there. Last year this race went 44-4 first quarter. We'll see how how fast the track is playing. I don't think they're going to go that as fast. And if they do, then you can just go to the wickets and bet Sierra Leone, I think, all day long. We've got a rematch between my top 3 selections. I thought, I don't understand. You turn the page too quickly, because I think you need the 1 all day long in here. I thought this horse ran the best race last year.
Fierceness, yes.
Yes. Pressed the pace, battled right to the end. I think this horse can be a little bit slower pace, or let the rabbit go. The 4-horse, that's not the name of the 4. It's rabbit. Anyway, slower pace, can sit behind, make that kind of late move or early move, still have something left. This horse battled the entire way. Understand they have adjusted the morning line odds. 5-2, I thought, were the new odds. I thought it was going to be 2-1. Don't quote me on that, but it's don't look at the new odds or the old odds, because that's not it. That is my top selection.
Yeah, the only thing we do know is, like you said, who the Jackrabbit's going to be, contrary thinking, the 4-horse. But I ended up going to number 5, Forever Young. Forever Young, ran in the Derby against Sierra Leone and probably would have won the Derby. There was a lot of pinballing inside the 8th pole, and I think that cost Forever Young the race. Lost to Sierra Leone in fierceness, but was on the outside, sitting too close. And that's not the running style for Forever Young. So last time the horse ran for its first start of the year, sat back just off the pace, took over at the head of the lane. There was a little bit of urging. He did whip the horse a few times. I don't know why, because he ended up drawing off rather easily by 2.5 lengths. But I think that was just a great prep race for Forever Young. It's going to be in a great spot, probably beside Fierceness. They're going to be having their own little battle behind Contrary Thinking, who's going to be just way out by itself in front. So I think Forever Young is coming in fresh.
Yeah, and you made some great points. I didn't like how the horse raced in the race last year. I thought the horse was going to sit back. That's what I'm thinking. This horse can sit back more. I'd like to see this horse sit like third or fourth or fifth, probably.
That would be perfect.
And make that late run. That's why I do like that horse. I'm still trying to get over the Derby price. That was a good selection. But soon, if this horse wins, then I'll be over it and be moving on. Of course, I had to use the 7 as kind of a saver. Did it get the perfect setup last time? If you get the similar pace, if the 1 and 5 battle with the 4, watch out. You better have the 7 on your ticket. Does make that late turn of foot. Again, watch how the track plays, and by now you're going to know how the track is playing. So either don't, if the closers aren't there, you can leave it out. But I'm 1, 5, and 7.
Yeah, and I threw in my Derby horse, Beza. Yeah, it has been beaten by Sovereignty a couple times, beaten by Journalism, but had bad post positions. And then Beza, what the last 2 races are everything for me. Ran second to Sovereignty. That was such a gutsy effort by Beza. And then last time out, Beza just absolutely horrified him. I loved the 480. I thought that was such free money. Sat in behind and then just coasted on by for the easy win. It's going to be sitting near the back and trying to make that late charge. It's going to get the jump on Sierra Leone. And that's why I ended up putting it in second. And to round up my top 3, I went to Mindframe. Mindframe has only been out of the money once, and that was last time out when it clipped heels and unseated rider Irad Ortiz. But since then, the horse has done it a couple different ways, rallying from off the pace, stalking the leaders. Whatever Irad wants to do, he can do with Mindframe. It's been running against Sierra Leone, beating it. Last time out, ended up going off as pretty well the co-favorite in the race when Irad was unseated early on. But I think this horse will have a really good trip. And if you've only been second being your worst finish with a jockey on, I think that's huge. I'm giving you 5, 2, and 8. Now we're going to carry on to race number 10. It's a Breeders' Cup Mile. That's going to be a mile on the turf. The horse that won last year, More Than Looks from the USA at 7-1 and rallied from dead last. Stretch. What about this one?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a bit of a slower pace in here, so therefore it's going to be a cavalry charge late.
No real speed is what I put on the top.
And so I think you're going to need some racing luck because they're going to be all flying late. I think it's who gets the clean trip. So again, another one of these races, you might want to spread a little bit. The 2-horse Notable Speech just missed winning last is the favorite. I didn't think it was her best effort. I think once again Charles Appleby, who yes I'm taking a lot today, is using the same pattern as Rebel Romance back in the 8th. He knows best. So the horse had a tightener in North America back at Woodbine. Watched the race. This horse was so good. This horse was close, dropped back, finished with run. The chart doesn't make it look how good this horse finished up. Is my top selection.
Yeah, Notable Speech, definitely a big player in here off that already race at Del Mar last year. But I went to number 4, The Lion in Winter. An interesting pick as there is no speed in here. I went through tons of videos here and I couldn't find a horse anywhere near the front end until The Lion in Winter I did see and ran against Notable Speech at the Deauville in France. And the horse was on the lead and was battling before it succumbed to that. Ended up being 10th, but the jockey just wrapped up. It wasn't going to be 10 lengths off of it. But when the jockeys wrap up, they just pull it out of the race and it's done. But soft early fractions. Years ago in this same race, I took, I think it was Northeast Bound at 100-1. And it led until the final jump and got nipped at the wire. Ended up getting the exactor and good place money on it. But I think The Lion in Winter is a horse that could possibly steal it.
Yeah, that's a great find on that one. I've got the 3 horse from Ireland. Ireland. That's the one. Continues to improve each start action in France. Back-to-back wins. Has the required kick. Watch the replays here. You're getting 6-1. This horse just might be the right there. The now horse with that continues to improve. Had to use that one.
And what about your 9?
The 9, again, one of those kind of watch the again replays. This horse I felt was able to relax, wait, get in the good position against the boys, which I do like. And then just has she is bigger. It's actually a bigger mare than when you watch the races compared to the others.
Call her that.
Very good. That's fair.
Only in horse racing you can do that.
We're going to leave it right there. I'm not even going to continue. 20-1 using the exactor or try 2, 3, and 9.
And the other horse I throw in was Formidable Man, the 8 horse in here. Why would I throw this horse in? Well, 6 for 6 at Del Mar. Horse for the course, and also at the distance, 4 for 7, winning 4 of them. Comes off of back-to-back wins. Yeah, they were only in grade 2s, but in the grade 1 races, the horse is always right there. The worst starts were when it tried to go to the lead. I think it's going to be a stalker. Horse for the course, 4, 8, and 2. Now we're going to carry on to race number 11. It's the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, won by Full Serrano from the States as it dueled every step of the way and won at 13-1. Stretch, what about this one?
Yes, just of note, sometimes we talk going the mile. It's a 2-turn mile. Some of them tracks are 1. This you just chose my top selection in here. I think we're going to see basically a replay from last year's mile. We've got the same track, some of the main contenders, same prep coming in. I think this horse again can stalk, cuts back in distance, 6 of 9 at the mile. Rosario won with them. Until somebody can step up at the mile, I'm going to run with this horse until it gets beat. I do like this horse quite a bit.
See, with Bob Baffert having 2 horses in here, Nisos the 3 and Citizen Bull the 7, I think Citizen Bull, this is going to be the jackrabbit of the race to go out and cut some serious fractions. Full Serrano, Jose Rosario, I think he's going to try and sit behind it. But in these Breeders' Cup races, if he breaks near the top, well, he's got to go, doesn't he? So if they battle it out, I see Nisos sitting right in behind. And what a great prep race for this horse. That was off a year, only started 3 times, lost by a narrow neck to Mindframe, as it did dead heat with Banishing, but was off for so long, and it was an awesome race. But the last 2 were paid workouts in both of them. 3 great works coming in, all at 6 furlongs. So what that tells me, the horse wasn't that tight in the trainer's mind, and it needed a little bit more. Well, it did get more with those 3 6 furlongs, all in 1:11. This was meant to be a nice one, and I think it's going to be well bet in here and a great running style as it is a stalker.
Yeah, so I'm sorry I missed it. Did you say the 7 is the speed, the Citizen?
Yeah, I think Citizen Bull.
That's what
they're just going to send like a rocket.
I completely agree. I just wanted to verify that's how I saw it too, for sure. You called it with Baffert with 3. That's why I do like the 3. I have to use them as a saver in case it gets battling with the 7. I did use the 7 because, as mentioned, we kind of know that the 7's got to go because you're not going to have 2, 3, and 7 sit back and give the 6 the lead. So I decided let's take the 7 in there in case the horse could steal it because the others have to sit back. That's why I'm 6, 3, and 7.
And I always also threw in number 10, White Barrio, my friend Safi Joseph Jr. from Barbados. Wow, the horse last time up, what a flat race against Sierra Leone in the last 2. But fierceness, Sierra Leone, this is almost a nice little drop for White Barrio. I think has a great stalking running style, which it runs all its best races from just off of it. There is Citizen Bull and Serrano. They're going to go battle it out. And look at the workout pattern coming in. 33-3, 46-2, 45-4, and then a nice easy, if you want to call it that, 47 and change. I think Safi Joseph, who is a top trainer at Gulfstream year after year, so I think this is going to run a big one. So I'm 3, 10, and 6.
And if Vito
Whiteberrio,
thank
yeah.
you, runs his best race is a little bit better than these.
Oh, definitely is. I agree. On to race number 12, and we're going to close it off with the filly and mare turf going 1 mile 3/8. The Canadian horse, Mare, got it done from mid-pack at 6-1, is now retired. Stretch, who do you like to close it up?
All right. So if you got any money left, or if you got a few dollars,
hopefully I'm alive on the pick 5 going in.
Correct. If this is a good race to get out, because for me, I would need all to be confident to complete the sequence.
I am with you there. Anything less than all, even if I had 8 of them, I would not feel totally safe. I wouldn't be using the rest of my account. I'd be just hoping and praying.
Absolutely. Difficult, by the way, 26 races, Euro versus North America, 13 wins each. So that doesn't help, but except
not at all.
Lately, the Euros have taken over a little bit.
That's
7 of 9.
Yeah, but there's so many more Euros in the race now.
Thank you for
10 years ago.
See, you can make stats look any way you want.
Yeah.
And in the sense of, you totally called it. There probably were not very many early on, and now there's more. And so here we go. If you missed the first bunch of races, I'll let you know. I'm backing Charles Appleby, and hopefully he has a good day. Because if not, watch out. I won't have any money left in this race anyway, so it doesn't matter. Or if he gets his one win and it's in the 12th race, then oh boy. So let's go Diamond Rain. Her last race of Woodbine, I was actually there at that race. That was King's Plate Day. I got lucky that this horse didn't win because I needed...
she feels pretty.
Pretty in pink or whatever it is. She feels pretty. A better trip by Diamond Rain. Diamond Rain wins this race. This horse didn't get out of the gate that much. Absolutely was flying late. They were, I think, 10 in front or some silly number. I think they were about 10 in front. And we know that Pretty in Pink or...
she feels pretty?
Yeah. The same thing. Sorry about the owners on that one. Anyway, the nice sets this up. Had the prep in North America, and now comes, I think this horse is going to run even better. That's why it had to be my top pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really liked that last race. Watching that replay, a cleaner trip would have been a winning trip. But I ended up going to number 9, Cinderella's Dream. These turf races aren't my forte. I watch so many replays, and some of them just get muddled. But what Cinderella's Dream brings to the race is it already ran last year, ran second as the favorite, and comes off a 3rd and a 4th place finish in some of the toughest races in France and Great Britain. I heard, I'm not on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now, but a friend of mine gave me a quick text message that said Charles Appleby says his one for sure winner is Cinderella's Dream, and he knows all the Euros. So I'm going to go with him and Cinderella's Dream.
That's why there's no way I was leaving this horse out. It's got the go-to rider as well. Only reason I didn't is the last 2 races were just not as good as this horse's normal form. Runs back to top form. Watch out. I'm certainly not leaving the 9 out for sure. I'm with you completely. Let's go with the Pretty in Pink horse. You're looking, where's Pretty in Pink, and why can't Stretch get it right? She feels pretty. That is the 13 horse. 12 for 12 in the money. Again, another non-show horse for Kirt. It never gets old. I'm sorry.
It doesn't, though. Hey, I did cash one this year.
You did. You did very well. Nice payout. This horse digs in when horses show up, when they get to it. And so the horse is just like I said, battles every time. Doesn't seem to find trouble and gets there. I just couldn't leave the horse off there. I like your other selection. It's just one of those I just couldn't leave out. Wide open race, 6-13-9.
Yeah, underneath Appleby, I had to throw in number 3 at Zilla. Taking a little bit of a shot here. You like Cinderella's Dream? Well, this horse wasn't beaten by very much. Will probably be about 40 or 50 to 1 at post time. Has run some really good races. The only thing is getting out of the gate for this horse. Just kind of comes out like a bag of wet cement, meaning everything else breaks. It just goes, and waits for everybody to go. But when it does get out of the gate, it has run some really good races. I like that race against Lake Victoria. It was 7th beaten 6 in a 12-horse field, but the horse was competitive every step of the way to the end. Last race, Dwelt, throw the Dwelt, get out of the gate today, and we're going to get a big price. I'm going to give you 9, 6, and 3. Race number 4, I'm going to take a $1 pick 3. I'm going to key the 4 with the 1, 2, 3, 7, 11, with the 2, 3, 7, 8, and 10. That's going to cost $25.
Yeah, why only bet one bet when you can bet a couple bets?
What, only 2, Stretch?
It's only 2. You should see it. There's a few bets going on the rest of the way here. Hopefully we cash early so we can get through the race card. $3 exactor box with your 4. 4 and 8 on top with 3, 4, 6, and 8 because I think those are the only 2. And then let's have an even 50, 32 place on the 8.
And race number 5, I'm going to take a $1 exactor box. I like a lot of horses, so let's take them all. 1, 2, 3, 7, 11. That's going to cost $20.
Yeah, and the last race I did a wheel. This time it's a box, $3 exacta box, 1, 3, and 8. Still that same 50. Spending $50, $30, $32 to place on the 1.
On to race number 6. You still got $50 bills left. I'm going to go 10 to win and 20 to place on the 8.
All right, I saved 5 for a draft beer.
Okay.
15 win on 7, 30 place on 7.
On to race number 7. I'm going to do a pick 3 once again. I'm going to take 2, 3, 4, 8, and 12 with 1 and 8 with 2 and 5. That's going to be $20.
All right. I'll buy you a draft on this one.
Okay.
So that's why I've only got 40.
I'll take a double whiskey.
No, I don't have enough.
Way,
it's more than 50.
$10.
No, I'll have my first beer finished by then. 40 place on 1.
And race number 8, I'm going to do a 60-cent pick 5, 1, 8 with 2, 5 with 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 with 3 with 3, 6, 9. That's going to be $36.
And you're going to have to sip your double whiskey because I do not have that. 60 center. So in Canada, it's 60 center. In the States, it's 50 center. Understand the price there. And of course, my ticket's a little higher, but you could key or reduce it or get a group. 1, 2, and 8 with 1, 5 with a bunch. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11. Keying the 6. This is where we could go partners. And I like that you've got a different key, but you have to key somewhere. Finishing off with 5, 6, 9, 13, 14.
Race number 9, quick and easy. 40 to place on number 2, Beza.
All right, just in case I'm out of the pick 5, we can each have a beer and double whiskeys before we need it. $5 exacta wheel. Upped it because I like the top 2 selections. I've missed your 2, though. 1, 5 with 1, 5, 7, 9.
And race number 10, I'm going to go 10 to win, 20 to place on the 4.
Well, hopefully one of us is right in here because I didn't include...
I don't see no 4 there, Stretch.
No, this is one of my special try wheels. 2, 3, and 9, I think, can win it with 2, 3, 7, 9, 11. With 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11. $60. Taking a shot. You can, I believe you can get the tries for 60 cents, I believe.
Yes, you can. Race number 11, I'm going after the tractor. I'm going to take 3 on top with the 10, with the 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. And then I'm going to do the wedge. 3 with 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 with 10 for $1. They're $5 each, but I'm doing $2 ones, 10 each for 20.
All right, no beers or whiskeys until after the race. So I have 100 place. The reason I have 100 place because it's one of my better bets, and I want to show to everybody that it's extra. You can't bet the same on every horse because you have different rankings, just like how you bet $5 try wheels or a $2 try wheel. So anyway, it's 100 place. Depending on your budget, maybe it's 5 and 10 or so.
All right, on to race number 12. Hoping to have a little money left. I'm just going to go 30 to place on the 9, hoping for even money.
All right, taking a shot there. And as mentioned, a wide open race. Let's try a $1 try box this time. This is another way to spend the 60. 5, 6, 9, 13, 14.
And good luck with all your wagers through all the Breeders' Cup races Friday and Saturday. And may the racing gods be with you.